What's up everyone, JayzTwoCents here, and we just finished our CES coverages, came back from that, so a huge thank you to all of you who viewed those videos and supported. But it's time to get back to some regular content. Before we do that here, I've been kind of struggling with where to go forward, especially in 2018, because in the last 5 years I've been doing this, we have seen some pretty interesting historical movements in the PC and specifically the GPU market, and that being the rise of cryptocurrency. And what I keep finding myself coming back to in the back of my mind is this new thing causing a disruption and a decline of PC gaming as a whole? The all-new Master Liquid 120 and 240L RGB coolers provide an easy and reliable way to keep your processor nice and cool. Their all-new dual-chamber pump and low-resistance radiator offer a higher transfer of heat for both Intel and AMD CPUs, while 6 preset lighting effects and RGB ensure that the 120 and 240L seamlessly match your color design choice. Make it yours by following the link in the description below. Now this video is probably going to rub a few people the wrong way, especially if you are following me and you are a cryptocurrency miner yourself, and you've probably even cashed in if you've been in long enough. So of course the profits are going to outweigh any of the negatives if you happen to be on that side of the coin. But let's try and look at it from the perspective of the average consumer, the guy who has been saving up his money all summer long, or he has been working overtime hours to try and afford that new GPU, and suddenly they're unavailable, or the ones that are available are 2 to 3 times the cost that they launched at, specifically because of cryptocurrency mining and the way it leverages GPU power and the ROI you can get. Now we've seen a huge rise and decline over the last several years of cryptocurrency, but as they keep getting higher and higher in value, whether it be blockchain or Ethereum or Bitcoin specifically, that had reached, I think at one point, $19,000 per coin, when everyone thought $500 and $600 per coin was astronomical. What happens is you get all these people running out wanting to cash in, no pun intended, on the entire craze of cryptocurrency. And as much as people swear that it's a fad and it's not going anywhere, the more mainstream retailers and online e-tailers and other legitimate outlets and retail stores start accepting cryptocurrency, the more it's accepted more places, the more people are doing it, which is putting a larger strain on specifically the GPU community. Now that's what leads me to say that this is causing a huge decline in terms of PC gaming growth. Now sure, we're not moving backwards necessarily in the amount of PC gamers there are, but there is a decline in growth figures, if that makes sense. We're not growing at this rate as we used to. Back in 2012, I think it was 2012, I did a video titled, "Is PC Gaming Dying?" And people were calling me out left and right saying I was disconnected and I was not in tune with what was going on in PC gaming because Steam figures show that PC gaming was at an all-time high. I feel like right now what we are experiencing is just a huge strain on the market that I don't think can continue. Now let's try and look at this at a couple of different perspectives here. You're a GPU manufacturer, and we got some AMD GPUs here and some NVIDIA GPUs here. Now what I got right here is a GTX 480. This was one of the most sought after cards in all of cryptocurrency mining era. This card right here had the best ROI, or return on investment, where the cost to performance on this in terms of hash performance was through the roof. And so what people were doing was buying these up left and right. And what you guys saw was this more than doubled in price. Same thing happened with 570s and 580s. Here it is right here. And it's happening all over again with GTX 1070s. We got one right here. If you can't gather, I'm sitting on a gold mine of GPUs, but I refuse to do cryptocurrency mining. It's something I don't want any part of, and I feel like it is causing damage to a community that I care an awful lot about. But let's look at it from a couple of perspectives here. Let's say you are the manufacturer of the GPUs, and a lot of folks are very upset with the manufacturer, saying that they're setting pricing and this and that. But I can tell you that manufacturers have reached out to me and said they have no control over the pricing. We'll go ahead and leave the whole Vega fiasco out of it, because we do know AMD did indeed have control over a lot of that. But for the most part, the manufacturers, the individual, the EVGAs and the Gigabytes and the Sapphires, they're not out there setting that astronomical pricing. Retailers are, because of the simple economic supply and demand model. If you have things that are in demand and you don't have supply, price goes up. It is a capitalist market. That's exactly how free market and free capitalism is designed to work. Unfortunately, if you're the guy that's out there trying to save up for a $200 graphics card, that's the best you can afford, but now a $200 graphics card costs $600, what do you do? And I don't think many people would disagree with me when I say that this is causing a strain in the PC market. Just take a trip to Fry's, Micro Center, hell, even Best Buy, and you'll see what I'm talking about in terms of pricing. Now, I don't know what we can do about this. I honestly don't know what the answer is, because what's happening now is all the people that have used graphics cards are selling them obviously for a huge profit as well. I mean, if you bought a GTX 1070 or 1070 Ti when they launched at retail, let's say $399 for this guy, and you can turn around and sell it for $700, you'd be kind of a fool not to. But that perpetuates the problem, and we have a perpetual cycle here of cost and a bubble that is building. And when it bursts, gamers will win. Unfortunately, who knows what that's going to do to the economic side of things on the cryptocurrency and the people who've invested huge amounts of money and even property and other collateral in that market. I don't know what the answer is, but I'm concerned. I just wanted to make this video to start a discussion because I'm concerned about how far this can go. The GPU manufacturers cannot manufacture them fast enough. You see these pictures and these videos of guys who have rigs with 10, 15, 20 GPUs per rig and these special cryptocurrency mining cabinets, and they've just got the GPUs as far as the eye can see. You see guys who buy up 20, 30 graphics cards at a time when sometimes manufacturers only have 50 or 100 to sell, and you have one or two guys that buy up all of them. What do? This video exists because of the amount of people I get writing me emails and asking me to buy graphics cards from me at retail price because they simply can't afford buying it somewhere. Unfortunately, guys, the amount of graphics cards you see here has no impact on the market whatsoever. So even if I sold them at retail, it makes no difference to things. It might make a difference to you because you got it at a decent price, but I use them to make my videos, obviously, which is another reason why I don't mine on these cards. I'm concerned. So I don't know what the solution is. I'm really kind of reaching out to you guys as to how far you think this is gonna go. Where do you think it's gonna end up in the next couple of years? Because the last 2 years alone, in terms of cryptocurrency mining and what has happened to the industry, I think is a negative. Now, this is probably making companies like NVIDIA super happy though. And the reason why I say that is NVIDIA's got this idea that GPUs are the future, GPUs are going to be the new CPU, CPUs are not gonna be able to keep up with where the GPU performance is going over time. And I think that's accurate to a degree, but all of the power and the compute power that has been pulled out of graphics cards has definitely been impressive over the last couple of years. It's definitely been an exponential increase in power. But I mean, it's not new to use graphics cards to leverage compute loads. I mean, it's something that's been going on in terms of professional work environments, people that are doing professional CAD and stuff like that. You know, you got double precision and all that stuff that's been leveraged. But those cards were designed for that, and they cost thousands of dollars. The problem is you've got these $200 gaming cards that are being sold for 2 and 3 times the cost because it's like the one thing that's used for cryptocurrency mining. Gaming graphics cards are able just to pump out at an astronomical rate, causing people to go out and just buy them up. So at the end of this video, I don't really know what the answer is. I don't really know if there was even a point to making this video other than I feel a little bit better by even talking about this and bringing it up and saying, personally, I am not a fan of cryptocurrency and what it is doing to the industry. I'm not a fan of what it's doing to PC gaming as a whole. And as someone who started PC gaming when I was 3, that's now 33 years ago, I don't even know, I don't even know how I feel about it. Anytime someone asks me if I'm interested in doing cryptocurrency, I almost get a little bit salty at just the tone of the whole idea of cryptocurrency and what it's doing, because I can't think about the potential profits and all that. All I think about is what's happening as a whole in a community I care a ton about, and I want to do budget-based videos. I even thought about going out and taking $500 again, going out and seeing what you can buy for right now, 2018 for $500. And even at Micro Center, I don't feel it's very doable considering the costs of DDR4 specifically, as all the new platforms are DDR4, and then what's happening with GPU pricing. It's just, I don't even know where this is gonna go and how far it can go. So all I wanted to do, guys, was spark a discussion down below. If you are for or against cryptocurrency, cite your reasons as to why, because I'm really kind of curious as to the insight of how far people think we can handle this. How long can we do this and have an industry not just collapse on itself? I mean, the collapse is probably gonna end up being cryptocurrency itself, but then again, there's a ton of people that are convinced that is the future of currency without big banks and gold backing and all that stuff. So anyway, that's it. Just a rambling head video. Wanted to get that out. I feel a whole lot better now. Not really. I don't feel any better at all. Anyway, guys, sound off down below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.